Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Severe Club. I am your host, Tina Severe, and welcome to our very first podcast episode. Oh my gosh, this is very exciting because I have been dreaming about this and just having this plan in my head for so long. And to actually be here and to actually be accomplishing it, it is amazing. I just thank God because this is something that I really wanted to happen. This is something I really wanted to happen for a very long time. So, this first episode, I am going to let you guys know what the Severe Club is, who I am, and just basically my whole plan and idea with this podcast and this whole journey that I'm going to be on. So, I am Tina Severe. I am a 19-year-old college student. Born and raised in Florida. I am Haitian, so Sapase to all my Zoes out there. And I am just someone who just loves wellness. I love holistic wellness, mind, body, soul. All of that is me. That is my brand. That is what I want to really share with the world. I feel like that is what is my purpose. I am currently in school for psychology because I do want to become a therapist, and I have many passions, and among those passions is mental health and physical wellness, holistic health, things like this, using herbs and natural remedies to heal your body. And I just love looking at the body and everything as a whole. But let me not get too much into that because I could talk about holistic wellness and health forever. So the Severe Club is basically a podcast that I started right now. The Severe Club, it started when I was a sophomore in high school. I had a blog. I made my own website. I was doing my little thing, talking about different things. And I started the Severe Club because I wanted to create a space that, youth and, around my, just the young people around my age and just the youth and, people with the similar mindsets and even different mindsets can have an open space where they can come together and, discuss many different topics and share their opinions on many different things. And I just wanted to create that space for myself. So I started my blog. It was an online blog, and I would interview people, asking them different questions about their spirituality, about love, about relationships, about just, average things that average teenagers during that time was going through. And I really love talking to people and interviewing people and just discussing and spreading knowledge and inspiring and sharing things about different things to different people. That is what I love. I am a podcast connoisseur. I listen to a lot of different podcasts because I love listening to people's opinions on many different things. So that is something that I definitely want to introduce in the Severe Club in this podcast. So I hope you guys will really stay tuned and, go along this journey with me so we can really grow and share and learn and just explore everything together. So in this podcast, I really plan to do a lot of different things to keep it really interesting. I plan to just tackle different issues that's going on in the media and pop culture. I also plan to talk about, physical health and wellness and, holistic health and things like that. I love going to the gym. I am like a gym rat, so I know for a fact I'm definitely going to be talking about health and all those things. Also talk about relationships and love and just, dating, because that's also another topic that I love discussing. And I plan to have a lot of different segments on this podcast, which you guys will be able to learn about and see throughout this journey. So make sure you just stay tuned because we have a lot of things in store at the Severe Club. Yes. Okay, so I think that is enough introduction so far. If you guys have any questions on, myself or my podcast, anything you guys want me to answer in the future, definitely let me know. Follow the Severe Club on Instagram at The Severe Club. And we will definitely make sure that we are producing content that you guys want to see. That is my goal, to like just have an engaged audience where you guys feel like you're listening to and learning exactly what you want to learn. So this podcast, for the first episode, I feel like I should just kind of share a story with you guys on, what kind of led me to become the person I am today, and the person I am that I just want to share a story with you guys on how I kind of been pushed to start a podcast and, start a business and all these different things in my life, because I feel like as people, we all go through at least one thing that is very, kind of like a life or death situation, something that is really going to hit us hard, where we got to really grow and, try to get out of it, something that's really going to test us and test our faith and test our endurance and strength, something that's either going to make or break us. And one thing that really, was a very uncomfortable situation that I went through that led me to become the person I am today is because I suffered through depression. And, I'm sure that a lot of us have suffered through depression, anxiety at some point in our time. But when I was in high school, I was just, high school is tough. High school can be really difficult. And just, it's a time where you're trying to learn yourself and figure out what you like and what you don't like. You're trying to figure out what groups and type of people you like and you don't like. And all through that, you're finding yourself and you're figuring out who you are and whether you're going to conform to society standards or if you're going to say, forget that and just live your own life, become your own person. High school was kind of tough for me mentally because you go into high school with, all these friends, all these people, at least, in my area, I went to high school that was close to my middle school. So I knew, I had my same group of friends for the most part. And just throughout high school, you go through the journey where, people start going into their own different cliques and start developing their own friend groups. And I was always a quiet person. I'm a chill, laid back person. So, I was kind of to myself for the most part. I feel like I didn't really have any like true best friends in high school until like, my later years, like my junior and senior year. That's where I felt like I really developed some really good friendships. But something that occurred a moment in my life where in high school, I just felt really alone. And, through that loneliness, I fell into depression and I was just, going through a lot of stuff, just feeling lonely at school and, feeling lonely at home also, because during that time, my mom was also getting married and, I am the only child. I have no other siblings. So it was kind of difficult for me to adjust to that situation of having a new man, enter into our family. And I honestly really felt so alone. And I just want anyone listening to this to know that you're not alone. And, even if you are physically alone, you are not lonely. And there's always somebody who is there to, that loves you and, wants to be there for you. And if you feel like you are lonely and you don't have anyone, just understand that I am here for you and I understand how you feel. I understand how that feels because my whole life, honestly, I have felt alone and lonely. And it's kind of hard because I know I have family, I have friends who are there and who want to support me always. And I just, sometimes it doesn't even matter how many people you have around you, because you could have, a lot of people around you. You could be the most popular person in school or in your area. You can have, 1 million followers on Instagram and all this attention, and you can still be lonely, and going through that's something that you have to, fix on your own. That is something that mentally you have to be able to learn, that even you have to learn how to not be lonely even when you're alone. And that is something that I have, went through during this whole time. I was honestly depressed and, crying every single day, crying myself to sleep, not talking, just kind of in a very bad, suckish mood every single day. And through my podcast, that really helped me, be able to express myself and figure out what I'm going through and even realize that I was depressed. I just felt like I could not express myself and talk about my feelings and all these different things to anyone. And having a podcast, not even having a podcast, but having my blog at the time in high school and being able to express myself and listen to other people, it made me feel some type of connection with myself. And it made me feel like I wasn't alone anymore. Like, it made me feel comfortable being in my own body. It made me feel comfortable being in my own self. It made me feel comfortable being in my own thoughts. Just writing how I feel on paper, just typing it, it made me make sense of everything, because something that I've struggled with is understanding how I feel. Sometimes I'm a Pisces, I'm an empath, so sometimes I just feel a bunch of emotions, but it's very hard for me to describe it. It's very hard for me to just put it into words and just express how I feel. And people would ask me, "Oh, Christina, oh, what's wrong? Oh, what's wrong?" And that would just make me want to cry even more, because it's just like, sometimes I don't know, sometimes I don't know what to say, and that would be very difficult for me. So just having my blog, that really helped me, express myself and come out of that depression. I also started, writing in my journal. I started manifesting. I started doing all these different things that really helped me get out of my depression, and, just made me feel like, whole again, made me feel like I am worthy, I am enough, I am, all that I say that I am and more. God has so much in store for me, and just because I'm feeling this way right now doesn't mean that I'm going to feel this way all my life. And it's kind of like, I know that I have a lot of potential, and if you're listening to this right now, you have a lot of potential, and you just have to really, put your foot in the grass and make some shake. Like, if you're going through depression, if you're going through mental health issues, just know that you're not alone, and you will get through this. This is something that is temporary, it's mind over matter, and you will get through this, okay? So because, just expressing myself has helped me personally so much with my mental health and helped me get out of depression, and has, it's been the major setback that led to such a great comeback. Because when I tell you guys, when I got out of that depression, I just became such a more vibrant person. I became, the Christina that I always knew I had inside me this whole time. Like, I became her, she became me, we became we. Like, I just stepped into my purpose. I was like, okay, I'm chasing every single bag that I can. I am like, that really helped me get into my place. So, in conclusion, I just want to thank you guys for listening to the podcast. I do want to end the podcast on a segment, and throughout this podcast, I do want to have different segments, and one of them is going to be a severe word. So, in the severe word is basically an inspirational quote or inspirational message to just get you guys going before we leave the podcast. So today's severe word is going to be: self-love is not selfish. You cannot truly love another until you know how to love yourself, because no amount of love from others is enough to fill the yearning that your soul requires from you. Work daily on being in love with the person in the mirror who has been through so much but is still standing. Self-love, like self-respect and self-worth, all start with the word self, as you cannot find them in anyone but yourself. Amen. Hallelujah. That was a word right there. That was a severe word for this episode. I want to thank you guys for listening and watching. Make sure you guys follow Severe Club on Instagram at The Severe Club. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Tina Severe. Make sure you follow the Shop Severe, which is my business page where I sell all natural hair and skincare products, which will be magnificent for you. So thank you guys for listening and watching. I hope you guys will like it. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Severe Club, because we have so much in store that you guys deserve to listen to. So make sure you invest into yourself by listening and engaging. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.